to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abram. You know my partner, Albert Campman. Albert, we know league basketball. You and I have talked about league basketball with our high school buddies. We got a few buddies in college, not as much anymore as we're getting older, and that game's a younger man's game with the slick hair and the shoes and the whole deal. But we will say this, league games, they're tighter by nature. The teams know each other better, and you got to win the close ones.
Yeah, YSU came out of the gate playing great basketball in the Horizon League, and they had a chance this week to beat the league leader, Cleveland State. 86-80, they fall in overtime. George and I have strong feelings on this. We'll say it again. We believe, Coach Calhoun, we believe this with all our hearts. You'll be sitting home a winner if you've watched our show over and over. You're up 3 with 20 seconds left, and they take it down into the bottom seconds. You foul them. I'm telling 99 out of 100 times it's going to work.
Yeah,
that
they're going to mention that one game the dude batted it out, it hit the wall, bounced off the clown nose, went through the windmill. But see, I'm watching
they're always worried about
7th
that.
grade girls hit that shot.
They do. It's not, and they could bank it in. They could do a variety of things. You foul, but
And
they
they still have to make one,
They do all of it right.
miss it on purpose, and kick it back out and get it back.
Yeah, all those things have to happen. And I'll take my chances with 4 things instead of 1. But that's what happened. Cleveland State hit it. Demali Hodge hits the 3, goes into overtime. YSU falls to 3-3 in the Horizon, 9-7 overall, and Cleveland State goes home happy, 6-0 in the league play.
They got away with one.
Yeah. So when you go on the road and win, Cleveland State's got to be so happy. And YSU gave one at home because that's the goal.
They're like, whew,
That's
get out
the goal.
of there.
That's the goal in the league, like the Horizon League. You want to get seated as high as you can because you want to play as many home games as you can.
No,
And
it's just common sense.
you want to play home. It's just college basketball has never changed that has not changed for 40
In
years.
9-7, 3-3 in the league, you're headed toward mediocre.
In the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And so you don't know if you're going to play home or away.
No.
Yeah, I just see it over and over. I saw Missouri had a big win this week, and they were 14-point dogs. And I'm thinking, they played at home. Yeah. When you play at home, all things are possible.
I remember we were talking one time on our radio show. We kind of are of the opinion, if it's on your home floor, it's not much of an upset.
Not to us.
Not like
Not
we coached long. I remember thinking when I coached, just let me get out of there 1 point.
Right.
Like somehow when that game's over, I want to have 1 more point than they have. If it's, I don't care how.
No, all coaches say that. All coaches don't, and the press will ask you, was you pleased the way your team played?
Were you disappointed tonight,
Yes.
Coach? You only won by...
No.
Huh?
Not disappointed a bit. The bus ride home was really happy.
Yep.
Or at home, we're saying, we're just trying to win and survive. At home, you got to win all your games. YSU, that's a tough loss, but I have a feeling that they did find out they're as good as the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And they could go on and bounce back from that.
That's what I would do if I were coach. Mm-hmm. I would say to the guy, look, if this team's undefeated, we let them get out of here.
Right.
They shouldn't have gotten out of here. We should have won this game.
Yep.
Now, what can we do next time? Just think if everybody made 1 more play, 1 box out, 1 rebound, you just didn't quite give your all. 1 charge you took, or that last play, you body up on that guy or whatever. See, what happens on these 3-point shots, too, let's talk about this because a lot of people say, those old guys, what do they know? Well, here's what I do know. You're so afraid of fouling them, they generally get a wide open shot. That's the other thing that makes that 3 easier.
Yeah, it happens all the time. The last thing the coach says in the huddle, don't foul. So the kids listen to them, so they back off a step farther than they normally would. Yeah. And any shooter in college basketball, they can make a 3. I'm telling you, all the way from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They can all shoot. They've shot it forever. They're great talents. They can shoot the 3. So that is what happened. Don't be surprised when that ball go in. Don't go, There's many times that 3 is going to go. Let's go to wrestling. And congratulations to Austintown Fitch's head wrestling coach, John Bird. Anytime you win 100 in any sport.
Good job, Coach.
That means immediately that you put your time in. That means immediately that you have a culture built that the kids believe you can win. And when you get your 100th win, Coach, we want to.
Hey, that sport, we know.
It's grueling.
We know.
Grueling sport.
You'll never hear anything but praise from us because these guys, first of all, the way they train, the way they sacrifice,
Right.
and
They get it.
and they're tough
They do.
as nails.
Train and
They're
train and
tough as
sacrifice
nails.
is the two words that fit a wrestler. So
Yep.
what normally in cross country we say it too. Normally training and discipline will lead you to being the best athlete you can be. More importantly, the best academic student you can be. There's many wrestlers and many cross country runners that excel in the classroom because of how they do everything in their life.
How about this dude, O'Horo, Sean?
Yeah. Sean from Boardman broke every record. He's the all-time win mark on Saturday at
Well
Austin.
done, buddy.
Yep. Mr. O'Horo, 144 career wins to set the all-time mark, and he
I
also
was trying to do math in my head. I think that's 36 a year, and I'm thinking, geez.
it's also like Nick. He tied Nick Mancini. The Mancini name's legendary over here with wrestling. We had Joe on our show before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, he tied him for the most in a year, and Nick Mancini was in 2013. So Sean O'Horo, our hats go off to you, brother, for a great career.
Well done, kid. Well done.
In local news, George, that we have to cover, the Stoops family has been here forever talking about it, and it looks like Kentucky head coach Mark is hiring his brother Mike from Florida Atlantic, defensive coordinator. He's been everywhere, Alabama, Oklahoma.
I knew
Kansas
he was
State.
Arizona as the head man.
Yep. So Mike has been everywhere, and the Stoopses seem to do well everywhere they go. And so congratulations to that family. And we also want to cover YSU basketball. We saved it for last because we don't quite grasp this one.
The women.
Yep, we're talking about the women.
Yeah,
Thanks, George.
I don't get it.
We don't grasp that they sat out 2 games.
Wright State was a forfeit,
Yes. Don't understand it.
but yet Northern Kentucky called it a no contest.
How can it be one the other? Please, somebody. We don't get a lot of letters. We don't get a lot of phone calls. We would love to hear what's the difference? Why could one?
Why was one? Yeah.
Why is one a no contest and one's a forfeit?
Yeah.
Did one do something completely wrong within the
Protocols
protocol?
or
Yeah.
something outside. We have the commissioner of the PAC on our radio show every week, and they have changed their protocol slightly.
Right.
They're letting people that were just around people come back quicker and such. But the bottom line is they're going to get through this.
Back-to-back games, George.
No.
They come in and tell the girls we're not playing, and then
Yeah.
she says, "By the
Well,
way,
how about the
we
bowl
won
game?
this one."
But how about the bowl game? The fans were there and on their way to the stadium 4 hours before the game. NC State coach says, "Hey, so I want a forfeit. This is a forfeit. This isn't a no contest. This is a forfeit."
Right.
He was livid. Imagine if you spent a couple grand.
Well, they did.
Best
You know
thing, I
they
guess
did.
you could have had a vacation. Though.
I guess
There's
that's
worse
what-
places.
I
to
guess
be.
that's what they're talking about.
Let's talk about our national segment here. The title game. By the time we're on, that game will be over. I know you're backing Georgia heartily.
Yeah, heartily. I've said it once again. I never back off. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This year I've been wrong 80% of the time, but I will never back off what I say.
No, you believe it wholeheartedly.
Georgia's been the best team in the nation all year, and not Alabama.
Okay, let's talk about it's a rematch. It's less than 5 weeks ago, and they hammered them.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, the experts,
Well, Vegas. That's all you got to know.
they have Georgia -3.
Yeah, Vegas is the favorite. They know who the better team is too.
And they had a chance to look at it, the Sharps, and it didn't move.
Oh no, it's not going to move. It's not going to move. That's exactly where it should be. You can't give Alabama too many points because they already beat Georgia. They got Nick Saban. They got the Heisman Trophy winner. They got a lot of things in place. But when you look at the two teams played all year, the body of work, Alabama struggled. Alabama could have had 3 or 4 losses.
Yeah, they lost.
Georgia
A&M,
was not
could have
challenged.
lost to Mississippi, could have lost to Florida.
Georgia wasn't challenged till they got to Alabama.
Arkansas,
And I think they thought, oh, we'll win this one too. Well, they found out in a hurry. You better line up and play against Bama because they got players like you. And I think it was a great learning experience on that one. I think they'll pressure the quarterback in this game. I don't think they can let Young run around.
Let me ask you something. You have an explanation. Kid texted me today. He texted me and he said he was on FanDuel and he's never seen. Usually when you're -3, you're 155, 160 to 1. Georgia's only 135 on the money line.
because it's the same thing.
They know.
They know. It's the same thing. It's Alabama. How you can't make that.
Here's what I was thinking. I look at it and say this. I've got the best coach in the history of college football and the Heisman Trophy winner. I got to take 3 points.
And I get it. I can see why people take Alabama.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Do you think the points won't factor?
No, I don't think it's going to be.
You're
bad.
picking. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah, I knew you were thinking.
I think Georgia's going to do to them what they did to Michigan.
Like,
how about that? How about that?
31-10.
31-10, something like that. That's what I think.
Now, the first time they scored 60, the over-under is 52. Is there money to be made there?
This game has under written all over. You know I can't take under.
Oh, I can't either.
It says under
They
written all over.
score one right before the half, and then every time a guy gets out of bounds, I think the clock should start.
But it does have under written all over it.
Yeah.
It really does. No question about
52 is not for heavyweights.
that. They know. They know that.
Let's talk NFL playoffs. Now, look for our preview. You're going to enjoy it. We've done a preview every year we've been here, and we did one this year. I think you'll enjoy it. We stayed away from the actual playoff pairings in this show. We're going to talk more about news, and we're going to start at the top with the tension between Mayfield and Stefanski. Mayfield calling Mary Jane Cabot names and such, but her reputation is solid, and the word is there was a lot of friction between Stefanski and Mayfield, and I think we'll know by the offer or non-offer that the Browns give to Mayfield if they bring him back at all.
Yeah, it's really, the friction has to do with losing. Please don't think that has to do with the coach or the player. It has nothing to do with that. If they were winning, they'd be saying, man, I love
They'd be buddies.
They'd be best buddies.
He'd be on that commercial with modern.
It's happened for 40 years of my life. If you lose, the quarterback and the coach don't get along. If you win, they get along great. And so they're going to have to look out in the market. That's what they're doing right now and see if there's somebody better.
He was with Cousins
Mayfield.
at Minnesota, Stefanski. Possible?
Well, I don't think he's better. So that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to judge that. Who's better than Mayfield?
Matt Ryan?
No. He's older, much older.
Okay.
No.
Wilson.
Wilson's a better player, but he's going to cost a lot of money.
Okay. And Rodgers.
Yeah. Listen to these players you're talking about.
You're talking $40 million.
Yeah. And so I saw that is the big thing that on Twitter that I talk about all the time. The grass looks greener till you have somebody in there. I watch Mayfield play poorly, but I watch their team play poorly. They don't have any receivers. I want Rodgers to come in there think he's throwing Adams. I want to think he's going to look around and say, wait a minute.
Dudes are always covered.
They're covered like blankets. So I don't know what they're going to do. I know they're not pleased with Mayfield.
You think he hurt himself by playing hurt, trying to be a tough guy?
That's a good question, George. He played hurt, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
I mean, that's
no. He played hurt. He just wants to win. He's always tried to. He's been that little chip on his shoulder. Mm-hmm. He's a walk-on.
Tell the story when he was in college. He's a walk-on at Texas Tech, and the starter's throwing balls, and he's there, and it starts to drizzle, and the coach says, "Hey, rookie, hey, walk-on." He said, "Get him a towel." He goes, "You get him a towel." So he's had that chip. It's not new, and he won the Heisman. So.
Yeah, he has. No, he's a good player. It's just that he hasn't looked good right. So I'm one of the guys that say keep him, but I don't know how much money he's going to want. Now, if he wants too much money,
no, he's 17, 18 million.
You can't keep him.
They have him. They want more if they want him, and then he's gonna hit that merry-go-round. Which goes around.
That happens all the time in the NFL too.
Absolutely,
that goes around the corner.
Would you sign him?
Yeah, told you I would.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
Now, I look at the players in the NFL.
Where do you have them? 12 to 17?
I see the backups.
Where do you have them?
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
No. The back. I look at the backups that play. When they come in, I just laugh.
Like I saw Minshew the other day, and I thought one of those 32 teams could use him.
But that's what he is.
Yeah.
He's a guy that could play. He can't play. He can't play every down every game.
No. He's proven.
No.
Steelers need a quarterback.
Yeah, they're the ones in trouble.
Let me ask you.
There's no quarterbacks out there.
Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Fame first ballot.
Easily.
No question.
Easily.
I think he's fabulous.
Easily.
Is Rudolph capable of doing what 2-yard Ben does? Because he's 2-yard Ben now.
I already saw him play against
Darts.
Detroit. So I know he can't.
He can't.
He's so inaccurate he can't do it.
Okay.
No. That nobody talks about that. He played against Detroit. and couldn't throw the ball against them. No, I know who he is. He's a backup.
He did miss a guy wide open in the end zone.
Standing by himself. You can't miss that.
No.
In the pros.
Now, normally they have what they call Black Monday. Denver had their version called Black Sunday.
He got him right at the bat.
He did. And then Monday, the Dolphins coach, which you and I both disagree with, he beat Belichick twice this year, salvaged a bad start and ended strong.
Yeah, wrong. No question about it. And I have no idea what Miami's president. I do think so. I think he has Harbaugh. I think he
They
has
always
Harbaugh.
said today, no, he's a Michigan. He said, I will not take their coach. He goes, I love the place too much.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
You know, that doesn't mean he's telling the truth. What did these guys? They played the tape yesterday of Saban going,
That's a good line.
I will never
He
be
said
the
it.
Alabama
He did say
coach. Do not ask me again.
did say it.
And then next year he was going.
But I'll give a guy credit if he doesn't sign him. If he has those kind of values, I'll give him credit. But I thought, let's reword it. He has to have somebody in mind, though. You just don't get rid of him.
No, you better
have somebody you think
No, I
is
think
coming
Harbaugh
here,
for the Bears is looking better too.
Yes.
Now that you say that, bad teams playing hard is our theme, and boy did we hit it
It's
Sunday
NFL.
with Jacksonville. What would the odds be? 15-point dog winning by 15. Humongous.
Oh my!
If you could get such
it's
a
out
thing.
there. It's out. You can bet it.
Yeah.
I saw a guy. I bet small amount to win 41,000. He won it. But he would have won it. He bet the tie, and he bet Jacksonville. He bet a 2-team parlay.
All he needed was a kneel down with 38
Yeah, think about
seconds.
that.
No, that's not good.
But Black Monday means that coaches are getting fired. Just not right that the Miami coach got fired.
Minnesota.
I understand Minnesota's.
Yeah,
I understand the Bears.
He deserved it. He deserved it.
I would fire the Giants guy too.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have him fired.
Just for saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, he just
too.
doesn't get it. So
No, yesterday, you know, it was a little bit personal yesterday when Rivera went in there when he called his team out for fighting and said this isn't a clown show. You worry about your own dishes being dirty.
Yeah.
You don't worry about
nobody else.
No, I agree. And I'm tired now. I got to talk about this genius label. Frank Reich, let's just put him aside.
They put it on him quickly.
And then the Campbell Soup boy, they put him. He's in the genius thing. Let's just put him to the side too, because he can't win a home game.
Yeah, they put that on. They put that out there too quickly. You know, it's important that you win a couple Super Bowls, or at least you have them there.
Yeah, we'll jump. Mm-hmm. You win a couple Super Bowls, I'll say.
Even
boy,
get there. If you get there in a couple times, I'll give
Yeah,
you
even
credit.
Mahomes. I don't have him with Joe Montana yet, but I'll give him credit for
he's
a
a great
couple Super
quarterback.
Bowls.
You can see that. He's
Yeah,
a great quarterback.
Hey, let me ask you this. Steelers. This Kevin Colbert, he's been on our other show times and this and that. They say he's done, but he will handle the draft. Two-part question.
It's how the Steelers do things. That's all.
It's better that way. You wouldn't.
Well, I don't know
spring
if
it
it's
on
better.
But the new guy wouldn't have the information.
I don't know if it's better or bad, but that's what the Steelers value their employees.
Okay.
They've always done it, and it's worked out for them for the good.
So you think he's leaving of his own volition?
Yeah, he is leaving. He's related to my son-in-law.
He just had enough.
Yeah, he's done. Just sometimes you work so hard and so long.
No.
It has nothing to do with anything else. It's
No.
just time for
Now
him to
let's
go.
talk about Sunday's game. Most people know this. Had they tied, both teams were in. At what point do you realize and do what's best for your team and take a knee?
I think at all times you should be thinking that. But in the competitive spirit of the world, of what they've done their whole life, if you get a chance to win, you play to win. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, I remember the other day I was saying something on Twitter, the fact that somebody said about losing on purpose. I said, you've never competed then.
No.
I know you've never lost.
Never.
I don't even ask you.
Yeah, both teams in that game, they could have did anything they wanted to tie.
Did you read the lips yesterday? 4 seconds left, the San Diego quarterback. He's saying to his teammate, he goes, I've never wanted a tie so bad in my life. Because he knew Oakland was going to
Right.
Oakland,
Yes.
Las
That
Vegas.
was a good kicker, too. You didn't think he was going to miss either.
He's got 9
Carlson's a kick.
straight in that situation.
Yeah,
the
Carlson's
winner
really
or
good
go
kicker.
ahead or something.
What happened? Boswell's a good kicker for the Steelers. People forget Buffalo would have a Super Bowl. You know,
Norwood.
It comes down to kick.
Wide right. Wide right.
Just kick the ball through, and that Boswell did it. They just took it for granted again.
Mm-hmm.
Carlson does. You better not take kickers for granted. San Diego's been bad at that forever.
No, that's another thing, David. Now, let me ask you this. The story of the week, again, was Nutsy A.B. Brown, Antonio Brown. I jumped on one of the Pittsburgh guys there, and I said, Quit giving them a platform. Quit talking about it. But here I am. But I thought we had to mention it.
That's why they have
to. It was
to,
a
too.
story. The guy takes his clothes and throws them
I don't
into
think there's any
the
way
stands.
you can't. If you're a true NFL fan, and people watching this show are NFL fans, you got to talk about it. The thing that bothers me the most was about him, because I know he's a struggle person. I get that. Is him running and jumping in the end zone. I mean jumping and pointing and then saying, I was hurt. When, George, I've had bad ankle. I've had a bad ankle.
You didn't hop around.
I couldn't walk.
No.
When you have a bad ankle, you can't walk.
Down,
He's running and jumping without any shoes on. Yeah. I mean, he did not have a bad ankle. No. So that was proof right there. That bothered me. He just lied. He just lied
how about what he did to Brady? He threw Brady and he goes,
he throws everybody out. He throws everybody out.
He goes, he needed me. He goes, first of all, the guy won bazillion Super Bowls without you there, Jack.
Brady gave him a break over and over.
He let him live in his house.
I know.
Now, there are people that I would never say it because they've treated me so well.
That's the truth.
I would never say anything.
He's a struggling human being. That's all there is to it.
No.
There's something wrong with him. I mean, there really is something wrong with him.
Yeah, that's amazing. He lived with him and he did that. Now, here's my question. You know it's the $10,000 question. Will anybody sign him? Remember, there are 32 teams and the league's full of egos.
Somebody sign him.
You know Gruden thought he could make him.
I don't think there's any thought that somebody signed him.
Hey, how about the teams he was with? Tampa, New England, Pittsburgh, Raiders, all in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's
somebody signed him.
You do? You think so?
I think so for sure.
Okay, I want to
talent wins out in the NFL.
I want to talk about incentives in contracts because he had 3 reachable when he pulled that.
There was a lot of them going Sunday. There was a lot of incentives Sunday.
Let me ask you about. I'm going to talk about it because I was sweating Harris out over. Al and I like this guy for the New England. He's a good runner. They have another good one too, though. But the key was 2 for COVID, 2 for Hammy. Now we need 13 yards yesterday. You already had it. And he got it. And I was thinking to myself, the trouble with too many incentives is they cannot play them. Do you like incentives?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I do like incentives because that's what the NFL's made for. Those guys have egos, and they'll go all out to get that money. They live for that money. They live for it. They'll train harder. They'll play harder.
How about the coach taking them out? The front office calls. They go, well, get number 38 out of.
I don't think that happens.
Okay.
I don't think. See, I think that.
You think they build that in there?
I think that they have money for that.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like they're giving them $48 million.
Okay.
You like Brown's incentives weren't big at all. They were $333,000.
3 of them.
Yeah.
That's $1 million.
So for him, $1 million for Tampa Bay. It's like writing a check for a quarter for us.
So you don't think no?
No.
If he'd have gotten it, they wouldn't. Take him out, Bruce.
No.
So that's what I think he thought. But who knows what he.
Yes.
Now let me ask you this. This is a good one. The Raider coach. A little bit of everything. They had the Gruden fiasco. They had a couple wins.
Oh, yeah.
Then they lost a bunch of. Then they finished strong. Has he done enough to keep his job?
Yes. Yeah,
I think so
I'd
too.
hire him too.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, I'd hire him.
Did you?
I hope they hire him. I hope they give him a shot because he did the job.
Now let me talk to you. You're a Steeler fan. Bad year, 9-7-1. How about if Jets and Giants? I want to talk about them for a minute because they're not bad. They're is awful worse than bad.
Yeah, but Cincinnati was the same thing. So I truly believe that.
Change?
Oh no, it does change. I mean, instantly. The draft, you get a good draft.
But the Jets, they have they were good with Joe, and then they were good. Rex Ryan had them.
So it can happen. It can happen.
And the Giants have a couple Super Bowls.
It can happen.
We're going to leave them out.
Yeah.
But right now.
Right now they're bad. Yeah, they're bad right now.
Are you a believer in the Jets quarterback?
No. I'm not a big guy. I'm a big believer in Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
I love Daniel Jones.
What do you see
That's the
in
one.
there?
Oh, I see him just like draft Josh Allen. Put him on Buffalo. He can run and he can pass. You play on the Giants. It doesn't matter who's quarterback in the Giants. That's the guy I hope the Steelers get. I don't know how much he's going to cost, but I'm praying they get him.
That would be
I'm a big
that
Daniel
would be
Jones
good.
guy.
Let's talk NCAA hoops. We got about 7-8 minutes. Baylor, right now, Baylor's the class.
They're playing the best.
But let's talk about that. Last year, they're going into Gonzaga. Al and I, it's funny. I'm talking to him last year, Gonzaga, and I said, Al, I don't know. I said, they're yeah. And Al goes to me, he said, here's the difference. He said, they're the best team this year.
They were the best
we
team.
didn't think.
Until Baylor came out.
Yeah. And Baylor, what did they do? They get up on them. It was 18-4, and the game was over.
Until that last game, Gonzaga was the best team.
Absolutely.
Baylor got it.
But they have a reputation, like when they played UCLA, overtime shootout. Can somebody crank it just enough like Baylor again?
Well, Baylor had super players.
Yeah,
They
they
had 3 guys who are pros. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the bottom line. It's talent. It's a talent-driven sport, NCAA basketball.
Let's talk about who can win. I said last
told
week,
you
I think
12.
you
I
said
said
8
12.
to 10
No, I
to
said
12.
12. I said 12 to win.
4 or 5, right? To talk
There's no
here.
dominating team. Like Baylor's winning, but they were down 12 to TCU this week
Okay.
at halftime.
Yeah, J.B. Dixon had them
No,
down.
they were beat. That's what I'm saying. So they're playing the best, but no one goes into that tournament thinking, "Wow, I hope we don't draw Baylor."
They could lose.
They could lose for sure.
That's what I'm asking you about.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this. Between COVID and the portal, it's nuts. My buddy said the other day. He said, "I go to the handshake line." He said, "I don't know if they're recruiting my center or not."
They are. They're recruiting them. Yeah, the portal has made it crazy. We talked to college coaches.
It's a meet and greet.
They say that it's a struggle trying to make sure your kids are coming back to school, and it's a wide open. It's wide open. And
Isn't it like 24/7 free agency with no salary cap?
It is.
Because, you know, if the Steelers or the Browns can only sign so many guys and be under the cap, Alabama can sign who they want. They'll just send the guy.
It's one of the greatest
They'll
every year.
call him in. They'll go, "Hey, Al, this ain't working out here. You're going to UAB because we'll call UAB for you."
Georgia said that forever. He said, "Listen, in college, you're the best team,
You pick first.
and you pick first. So you're going to still continue to be great. That'd be like Green Bay with Rodgers, and you say to Rodgers, "We want you to come back because we just signed the 5 best
We just
players
got
in
the
the
3
NFL."
wide receivers and the best
Yeah.
one. All right, our miscellaneous. We got a few minutes. North Dakota State. Talk about Youngstown. Is your work cut out for you or what at Youngstown?
Yeah, they at least know. They know that they have to up their level. The administration knows that they want to match up with that league. You have to match with the.
So
the lights.
Montana's down to their quarterback, who had a decent playoff.
He was a starter the year before.
Doesn't he go out instantly?
Yeah, Montana State had beaten South Dakota State, which that tells you that they're a good team.
One other one, 3-point loss to Wyoming.
Yeah. So Montana State had a quarterback played 8 games all year, and then they just benched him. Think about it, they benched him for a freshman.
One guy went to the portal.
The freshman
didn't he?
plays great. That guy's the one went to the portal.
Okay, let me ask you about that. It seemed like 33 weeks. It was only like a month. Isn't that too far between games? North Dakota State.
Don't do anything to try to get him on TV, though. You know, that's
the
how they're
big
doing
deal.
it.
Get him on TV.
It's a TV contract.
Opposite, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, something happened with miscellaneous. We have to talk about it. The Wizards announced. See, I'm all for second chances. I've been around you long enough. I don't
truth.
think
We
very.
screw
I
up
don't
every
think
day.
very many things
We
are
screw up every day.
fireable. So he's talking about Kevin Porter. I would have made the same mistake, although I played against Kevin Porter.
Okay.
I know he's 70 years old.
Okay.
Kevin Porter Jr. makes a shot, and he's just like here. The dad's in prison for shooting.
Kevin Porter is? Or another
This
dad?
Kevin Porter.
Okay.
He thought it was the
different dad.
player,
Okay.
and Mia called me, apologized, this, that.
Instead of looking up
LeBron's
on the
calling for his firing. I don't think it's necessary.
LeBron's in there again.
Yeah, he's in there with his mouth, but he doesn't think about China or having his shoes
I don't
made in
understand why he's in there.
Vietnam.
He shouldn't be involved in that at all.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
That's the Porter family thing. Like what they want us to be done.
Yeah, you apologize to him and go
Yes.
from there, right?
I would. I mean, I would.
Hey.
Unless they would take it that serious. I don't know if they might.
Down to a few seconds here. LeBron, all of a sudden, 38-12, 39. Will he have anything in the tank in May?
Yeah, he will. He knows his body. And nobody knows his body more than LeBron. He's always ready for the playoffs. Always. I'll give him credit for that. No, the guy that shows up for the playoffs, LeBron James, every year.
Last thing, the Mavs put a statue up of Dirk Nowitzki. Where does Al Campman have Dirk Nowitzki? Top?
Well, offensively, top 50. As a player, top 200 because he didn't guard a soul. But he was a tremendous offensive player.
Revolutionized the game kind of with the pick. The big guy could step out,
Step back three.
shoot the three. Now they call it Euro, which
Yes.
everyone
Great
can.
offensive player.
Okay.
Great offensive.
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.